you, all of you, for showing up today. I'm really excited about doing this. I was inspired just a couple of days ago on Friday when I did my Friday's inspiration on this very subject and realized how much more all of you need. This is so big, and yet I had no idea that there were going to be riots on the streets between Friday and now. So this is also perfect. So the theme of tonight's MediClearing is how to conquer the dark forces without being consumed. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time introducing myself. I trust that you already are here because you know enough about me. You've heard about me. You've been following me. You've been following me on Facebook or Instagram. And so you already have an idea that I'm a powerful healer, that I've been given some gifts, and I'm sharing a system with you that will help you be able to learn how to navigate and master your own energies. So as far as the dark forces, it's pretty interesting what's really going on. And for those of you who are not sure exactly, maybe you missed Friday's inspiration where I talked about the dark forces. I'm only going to spend a few minutes talking about this because I really want to spend as much time as possible clearing all these energies for you, spending an entire hour because we really have a lot to clear, trust me. So as far as the dark forces go, what this is really referring to is that energy on the planet that's controlling humanity. And you can all feel it. It is becoming manifest in all the chaos that we've been seeing more recently. But it's not like this is something new. It's something that's been going on for a very long time, actually eons. But as things are progressing, they are finding more and more ways of keeping us afraid and in fear and angry because these are the very energies that they feed off of. So first it was terrorists, and then it's all these different viruses, and then it was the people coming across the borders, and even now people are being paid as professional terrorists, as professional instigators and rioters. These are all paid by Soros. He's got billions of dollars. He can do this. And he really has nothing else because he operates without any heart, just like all of these parts of this 1% energy, this shadow government. And so this is the thing that you have to keep in mind, is that this is all planned. This is all very strategically done. And another important part of this is recognizing that this is all part of what we see going on the planet, is all the systems that are gradually crumbling. It seems like it's starting to speed up. The speed at which they're falling apart is growing. But all of the systems that were created by this 1% that over time found more and more ways to manipulate and control people through religion, through the monetary system, through our governments, through all these different ways, through corporations, and then all of these entities in arms, the WHO, the CDC, the FDA, the EPA, the IRS, the Federal Reserve. All of these are all arms of this huge octopus that is controlling the entire planet. So this is a force that is too big to try and fight against. And while there may be some people that this is what they need to do as part of this rebellion, as part of this revolution, that they need to be involved in riots and so forth, that's not what I'm an advocate of. That's not what my job is to do, is to fight these forces. But my job is to teach you how you can fortify yourselves, because all of that is designed to keep pulling you out of your center, keep pulling you out of your heart and up into your mind, where all you think about is chaos and confusion. And then you look out into the world through this filter of fear and uncertainty and worry. And then that's what you continue to create in your own world because law of attraction states that we're going to attract what we are. So the vibrational frequency we're sending out is what we're going to have come back to us. And so this is why it's really important to avoid all of these. I avoid the news other than maybe just enough to keep tabs on what's going on, and then I shut it down because I inevitably see something that I can never forget. So our goal today is to start bringing you up and out of the mire. So right now you're way down low, deep in the mire and the chaos and the fears and all that. This is where the 1% wants to keep you. And so you're going to be learning a tool today. I call it Running Your Energy. It's part of a bigger system that I've created called the Infinity System, which is I'll be outlining in my book that's upcoming, Access Your Ultimate Power, the Blueprint to Infinite Intelligence. And so this whole system is going to be outlined in this book. But today you're going to be able to experience it. You're going to be able to experience how powerful it is. So right now, I want you to just start feeling into how your body feels right now, because you're going to reflect back to this moment, and you're going to be able to compare where you are now to where we are when we're complete. And we release all of the energies that are not yours. And you're going to see how much you've been holding, how much you've been carrying energetically that is not yours. And it's bringing your vibration down. It's keeping you in these lower energies where it doesn't feel comfortable. And so therefore, a lot of you are not in your bodies because it's not a comfortable place to be. And so even some of you who meditate might be using it as an opportunity to leave your body. So that's not what we're doing here today. Today, we're going to be releasing the energies that prevent you from staying in your body in a really grounded, focused, and calm way. So we're going to be bringing you into your bodies and raising your vibration so that you feel better. And this is where all the dreams and desires that not only you want to create, but everybody longs for. Everybody wants to be in a higher vibration, but they don't know how to get there. So today, that's what we're doing. We're getting in those higher vibrations where all your dreams and desires already exist. You just need to align to them. So I want you to stay to the very end. I'm going to spend just a couple minutes at the end telling you about something special that I'm going to offer for all of you, and it's going to be even more giving to you. And so it's going to be a little special opportunity that's not available anywhere else. It's going to be able to help you even go a step further for those of you who are interested. So I just wanted to put that out for now, just so you'll be ready for that. So let's go ahead and get started so we can start releasing all of these energies that are making you feel anxious. So if this is new to you, I'm going to do my best to keep this simple and to explain everything as I'm going along. But if you just follow along, follow my directions, and you're just going to be using your free imagination. And if you get lost along the way, just know that it's still working. But the more of this that you can actually participate and do along with me, then you're going to be learning how to do this process so you can do it for yourself. So the first thing we're going to do is get ultra grounded. So place your attention at the base of your spine, and you're going to start sending a grounding cord. Make it as big as a cantaloupe, so it's going to look like a big pipe. And it's going to go all the way down through the Earth's crust, which is about 800 miles. And then it's going to go all the way through to the center of the Earth, which is about 4,000 miles. There's an open cavity in the Earth once we get past 800 miles. In the center of the Earth, there's a central sun. So you're going to wrap your grounding cord around that central sun. We're going to make this at least as big as a cantaloupe. So we have a lot of things to release today. And the center of this earth is at a very, very high vibration. It's not that hot lava hellfires that we were taught. It is a very high vibrational place, which I'll save for another time to really talk about. But just trust that it's very high vibrational. It's going to transmute everything that we send down there. So that's your grounding cord, and we're just going to set that on release. And now I want you to imagine roots at the bottom of your feet. So ideally, you're sitting with your feet flat on the ground so you can clear this important channel in your legs. We're going to send those roots down all the way through the earth. It's going to come out the other side, and then it's going to wrap around the earth. And then from there, we're going to bring the earth energy up through the bottoms of your feet where there's little energy centers. We're going to bring that up through the legs, through the ankles, so you can start having more fun. Through the calves, clearing that adrenaline that collects there. Up through your knees and thighs. And then when it gets to your grounding cord, it's going to go down the grounding cord. So up the legs, down the grounding. That's a loop of energy. And then the third and final part to getting ultra grounded is to pull in your worry circle. So ideally, you wouldn't have one, but this is a circle of energy that radiates out around your root chakra at the base of your spine, out horizontally like a big hula hoop. Let's see how far out you're congested. Out to the third layer of your aura. So that connects to your solar plexus. That might have just confused you. So we'll just say we're going to go out to the third layer of your aura. Just imagine you know where that is. We're going to pull this circle in, and this holds all the worry and stress and that powerless feeling, all the anxiety, doubts, uncertainty. We're just going to send that energy down the grounding. Excellent. So we're just going to let that grounding run on its own on autopilot, in no effort, just like gravity. Next, you're going to place your attention far above your head, and you're going to start connecting with the center of the galaxy. We're going to start connecting with that energy, pure source energy, and we're going to start bringing that energy down into the top of our head. So above your head is stacked some rings that are called creative rings. This is what you create your reality with. And you'll have anywhere between 3 and 50. So the more you have, the more you're able to create and create faster. But you're only given as many as you're ready for. If you don't know how many you have, that's fine. This is still working. So we're just going to bring this pure source energy down through these rings so that it can recalibrate your dreams and your desires at your highest and best interest. Letting that energy seep down through those rings. When it gets to the top of your head, it's going to start coming into the top of your head, which is your crown. So the energy is stopping right at the top of your crown. There's another circle at the top of your head. This is called the permission circle that also radiates out horizontally. And it's also congested out to that third layer. So this crown is where you get your personal permission. So we're probably going to find a lot of congestion up here throughout the evening as we look at different things. Because this 1% energy, this oppressive, shadow government does not want us to have our power, does not want us to give ourselves permission to have our sovereignty. So let's pull in the circle from the third layer. We're going to pull all that energy into the core above our crown as we send that debris down through the central core of our body and down the grounding. Excellent. As we bring this energy now down into our crown, down into our sixth chakra right behind our forehead, it's stopping there. And again, the energy is congested out to the third layer. So if you go out in front and back, if you imagine little tornadoes of energy going out the front of your forehead and out the back of your head, this is how the energy processes out into your energy field, because we don't stop at our skin. It feeds out into your aura, which surrounds your body. So we're going to go out to the third layer. Just imagine you know where that is. And this is a chakra that processes your beliefs. So we're going to pull in any beliefs that have to do with feeling powerless. All the ways that you've been seeing, maybe you've been watching the news lately, filling your mind with lots of fear and anger and rage and uncertainty about what's going to happen in the future, injustice. Keep breathing and releasing as we send these energies down the grounding. Excellent. So now as we go back to bringing this pure source energy down through the sixth chakra, down into the throat, down into the heart where it's stopping. Let's go out to that third layer, both front and back. And we're going to start pulling in this energy. There's a lot of anger and rage. And when we are holding anger and rage at our heart, we often turn it inwards, like we make ourselves wrong. We judge ourselves harshly. So we're just going to pull this energy in and send it down our grounding cord. Our heart is also where we access our infinite intelligence. That part of us that just knows with certainty without having to explain anything, we just know. And this is an energy that's been pushed down for eons. So we're just going to send that energy down the grounding. Excellent. As we continue to bring pure source down through the central core, down through that heart, down into the solar plexus, where it's stopping again. Now this is our willpower. This is where we get our drive and motivation. And it's congested all the way out to the 15th layer. So the 15th layer is where this 1% energy basically lives in our energy field. But it's way out of our awareness, because then people have no idea that they're out there. So we're going to pull this energy in, this 1% energy, into the core of the solar plexus, releasing all the energies that make us feel powerless. But this time, we're going to send the energy up through the central core, because I've been instructed that these energies need to start being sent off planet. They don't belong here anymore. They're not part of this incoming golden age that we're all trying to bring in. And so just imagine if everyone started clearing these energies out of their energy field and started sending them off planet. Great, so we're bringing that up through, all the way up through the head, out the crown, through the rings. And there's a channel, it's almost like a tube above your head. It's going to go through that tube, and we're just going to send it off the center of the galaxy. So just imagine if everyone was doing that. And more people were in a high vibration, and we had more and more people sending these darker energies off planet. And that's my dream. And the more of us that learn how to do this, the more we can teach others how to do this. So as we're bringing this pure source energy down through the solar plexus, down into that second chakra in our lower belly, it's stopping again. This is an energy that processes a lot of our emotions. So right now, the biggest energy in here that we're clearing is the energy of rage. There's been so much injustice recently that it's infuriating to not only see what people are doing with the rioting, but also police officers. And so all of this is just designed to keep us more divisive, pointing fingers, blaming, pulling us out of our core. So let's pull these energies in that second chakra out to the third layer. And the second chakra is also where we create. So if it's full of rage, well, what are we going to create? We're going to create things that make us angry. And this anger is also low vibration, so it doesn't allow us to create things like flow and abundance. And send those energies down the grounding, all that anger and rage, to be transmuted into something useful. Okay, great. Sending all that anger down the grounding. So as we're bringing this energy down through the second chakra, down into our solar, down into the root, spilling down the grounding. Great. We're going to now mix these two energies. First, I want you to feel this alignment first. I want you to feel how safe and secure this feels. So even if you only knew this much, and you could connect yourself firmly and securely to the center of our earth in a very grounded, confident way, and you're reaching way up high and you're connected to pure source energy at the center of our galaxy, just feel into how strong and powerful and confident and calming this energy feels. So you're starting to access more of your personal power, more of your energy. So now let's mix these two energies at the root, pure source coming down the backside, with the earth energy coming up through your legs. We're going to mix these two at the root. We're going to bring this 50-50 mixture up the front of the spine, real close to the spine, but in the front. And as it's trying to leave the root, it's getting stuck on some fear. So we're going to open the top of that grounding cord. It looks like it's gotten a little pinched off. Let's open that up a little bit more, make it as big as a cantaloupe, so we can release more of the energies that are not ours. And fear is one of the hardest energies to release on your own, because when you start to release it, you start to feel the fear, and fear is designed to stop you. So it makes you contract. And then you often lose your grounding, and then there's no place to release the energy. So that's why doing these meditations together with a guide is super helpful, because I can see when you lose your grounding cord. I can see where things get stuck. Okay, great. So now let's start bringing this 50-50 mixture up into that second chakra, that lower belly where it's stopping again. And out in front here, it goes all the way out to the 15th layer, that 1% energy again. So we're going to pull that energy into the core of your second chakra, where this 1% energy is trying to use your second chakra to create for them. So if you've noticed how hard you've been working and struggling and suffering and feeding this economy and consumerism, having to get more and more and bigger and more, it's all part of the machine. So as we pull this energy in to the core of the second chakra, we're going to start pulling this energy up through the central core. And this also has some anger with it, so we're going to pull that up as we're bringing it up through the solar plexus. It's kind of heavy. If you notice, we're trying to lift this up and out. It feels kind of heavy, doesn't it? Especially around the heart. We're just going to keep pulling this energy up, up, up and out, through the throat, through the head, up through the crown and through those rings, all the way up through that tube, and then we're just going to send that off to the center of the galaxy. Okay, great. So now we're going to go back to bringing this 50-50 mixture up through the second chakra in the lower belly, up into the solar plexus, up into your heart, where it's stopping again. Let's go out to the third layer, out in front of your heart. Just imagine you know where that is. We're going to pull in all the self-judgments, all the ways you make yourself wrong, all the ways that you don't feel enough or you feel unlovable. You're not doing it right. Just going to send those judgments down your grounding. Those are all old energies, and some of these energies could be in your heart from when you were a little child. And yet, we think those voices in our head are ours. They're not. Let's bring this 50-50 mixture up through the heart now, up into the throat, up into that sixth chakra in the middle of your forehead, where it's stopping. And then out in front of that sixth chakra, going to go all the way out to the 15th layer. So these are the beliefs of the 1%. Those beliefs that one of the biggest ones is that you have to work hard for a living. Like you actually believe that's true. And that life is a struggle. And when you look out and you see everyone suffering and struggling, you think that's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. There's nothing we can do about it. But if everybody took responsibility for themselves and started mastering their own energy, it's an inside job for sure. Then more of us would be able to see and manifest from there what we desire in our life. Now, of course, I think you know it's a given that everyone is not going to do this. In fact, if we're going to be realistic, there are going to be more waves of chaos and uncertainty. And there will probably be another pandemic because these dark forces do not want to leave without a fight. And they're going to try and take as many people with them. So that's not to put you in fear. It's to be realistic. It's to be real about what's really going on. We can't live in a bubble anymore. We can't live with our head in the sand. We have to live fully in our bodies, which is why we're releasing all these energies so that we can be in our body, grounded, focused, centered, confident, so that when we're fully in our bodies, we can hear the messages that are being sent to us. We can hear the messages our body is sending us, spirit is sending us, all people around us, messages that are being sent. Our intuition and our senses, we are only using a fraction of our ability to know what we know. So the more of this that we can do, the more we can step into this magnificent machine that we've been given, this amazing, our amazing bodies. It's such a miracle. And it's capable of so much more than we even have any clue. So we're just at the very beginning stages of knowing what that even means. So as we're bringing, distracted now, I'll have to find where we were. We were bringing energy up through the central core. I think we were clearing energy out of our heart. Yes, all the judgments. That's it. We were clearing that 15th layer, the 1% energy from the heart. So, right, we've pulled it into the second layer. So there's a lot of anger and rage. So let's pull that in. We're going to send it up along with this 1% energy. And all the ways you've been making yourself wrong, judging yourself. We're going to lift all this energy up with this 1% energy as we send this up. So coming up into the throat. Goes all the way out to the 15th layer. So let's go out front and back from the 15th layer, and we're going to collect up all of the things that we wished we could say to these people that have no ears to hear us. They don't want to hear us complain or question anything. They want us to just go along with the program. And it's infuriating. So as we're releasing this anger up through the throat, we're going to come back to this throat in just a minute, but I want to clear this up and out. As we're clearing this energy, we're going to pull this up into now. This is the 50-50 mixture that we started at the bottom, at the root, and we're bringing this 50-50 mixture up through all of the chakras, clearing as we go. So now we've gone up through the heart and up through the throat, and now we're up into that 6th chakra, right in the middle of your forehead. And the congestion goes all the way out to the 15th layer. More of the beliefs of this 1%. And then another one of their beliefs is that our struggles are all our fault. It's our fault that we're struggling. So that's not true. Okay, good. Let's keep releasing all of these beliefs that are not ours, these 1% beliefs. As we lift this energy up into the crown, we're going to go out to the 3rd layer so we can access more of our personal sovereignty. The power to be the boss of us, be our own boss. So we don't have to get the approval of anyone else. We can stand in our own power. And as we pull this up through the crown now, through all the rings, we're going to send that 1% energy and all that anger off planet up into the center of the galaxy. And then as this energy comes out through all the rings, it's going to fountain down through all the layers of our aura. So it's like we're sitting in the middle of a big onion, a cocoon-shaped onion with layers to our aura. And as that energy fountains down through all the layers of the aura, when it gets below our feet, it's going to merge with our grounding cord. So all these layers have a place to release. And we're going to pay special attention to the third layer of our aura. So we're going to start at the top. And this layer is very congested, very full of energy. It's that powerless energy, the energy that makes us feel like we just have to do what they say. And if we don't, then we're going to have to suffer more consequences. And most of you are making decisions based on fear. So this is why we want to release all these energies that aren't ours. As we release all this energy down through this layer like paint being poured over a balloon. And then when it gets to the bottom, below our feet, it's going to merge with that grounding cord, releasing all of that worry and stuck energy and fear down the grounding, confusion. When you're confused, you don't know what to do, and so then sometimes you don't do anything. All of the information out there, in fact, most of the information on the news is either outright lies or mixed with half-truths, so that you don't know what to believe. And it's owned by 5 corporations that are all arms of this 1%. This is how they steer the narrative of the planet, of all of our thinking, what we should think, what we should believe. And so this is why there's so much confusion right now, and anger and fear and worry. Because if that's your primary source of information, you're going to be totally in their chaos and confusion. So next, we're going to jump out to the 15th layer of your aura, only this time we're going to start at the bottom. We're going to start at the bottom. It's a very heavy, heavy layer. This is where the 1% hang out in your energy field. And so we're all doing this together, lifting this energy up through this collective, through all of your auras. And when we do this together, it creates like a mastermind where we can create faster progress because we're all pointed in the same direction. We're all creating or trying to create the same outcome. We're not trying, we are. As we lift this 1% energy up through the layer of the aura, we're going to send it above our heads, through those rings, up through that central core, all the way off planet to the center of the galaxy. Excellent. The next layer we're going to ground is the 20th layer. This is the most powerful part of our aura, of our energy field. It's a layer that most people do not know about, I call it the layer that's connected to our awakened predator or our innate warrior. It's an energy that has awareness 360 degrees around you, just like the predator cats. There's a tribe in Africa, the African Nuba tribe, that never gets eaten by the predator cats because they are deeply grounded into our Mother Earth, and they have this very keen awareness that goes 360 degrees around them. So they're tuned in just like those predator cats. They match their energy. So they never get eaten by the predator cats unless they've been drinking. And then they drop their guard, they drop their senses become clouded. So in this layer of your aura, the 20th layer, we're going to start at the top. We're going to start at the top because this layer needs to be grounded to the center of the earth, the most powerful part of our aura. Excellent. Wow, as I was talking all about that, you just grounded it on your own. Excellent job. We have a lot of powerful people here today. All right, so 20, that's the 20th layer. And just before I go on, this layer also gives us access to 360 senses. So this is how many senses when Egypt was at its height of potency and the pyramids were active as the energy transmitters they were designed to be. People had 360 senses back then. So this is what we're starting to access now as we step into more of our personal power. So let's see, what else? We're going to go out to the 25th layer, and we're going to start at the bottom, because this is the layer that relates to all of the fear entities. So we're going to start lifting this heavy, heavy energy up through this layer. And so if you're paying attention, you'll notice that that powerful part of our aura, the 20th layer, is sandwiched between these other forces that are trying to hold it down and compress it, not allowing us to expand out into our aura. And I'll tell you why in a minute. So we're going to pull this 25th layer up, all these sphere entities out of your energy field. Excellent. Up through the head, off to the center of the galaxy. Got some fast learners here. This is great. And we're going to jump out to the 30th layer. This is the layer of the reptilian energy. So the reptilians control the 1%. So we're going to lift this energy, another very heavy, dense energy. And there is people on the planet who are 100% reptilian. The royal family is among those. Hillary Clinton, she's also of the reptilian species lineage. There's quite a few, actually. We're just going to keep pulling this energy up above your head as that goes up into the center of the galaxy. Excellent. 2530. So just to recap and refresh your memories about the anatomy here, I just want to emphasize this for a minute, because the reason these energies are trying to compress down this 20th layer is because in the 40th layer is where oneness exists. So we have the 15th layer where the 1% is, the dark energies. We have the 20th layer, our most powerful part of us. And then on the 25th layer is the fear entities. The 30th layer, the reptilian energies. And the 40th layer is the layer of oneness. So this is where we're trying to get to. We're trying to have our energy field clear all the way out to that 40th layer so that we can actually experience oneness. So that oneness is not just a concept. It's just not a nice thing to think about. Oh, yeah, we're all one, la, la, la. It's not that at all. It's something that we actually know and believe and feel and experience as being true. And when we experience that, we experience the unconditional love that connects all of us. But right now, we're still releasing all the debris that prevents us from really feeling that, knowing that, and experiencing that. So this is the whole point of this infinity system, is it's designed to help us clear our energy field so that we can reach out and experience this oneness layer in the 40th layer. So let's see if 40th layer looks clear. Excellent. So the next thing that we're going to do is you're going to place your attention at your heart. And you're going to start bringing this energy from the heart out your right arm. So this is how we activate the Circle of Reciprocity. So in order to receive, we need to give first from the heart. So this activates the masculine energy as the energy comes out that right arm. And then I want you to put your fingertips together as though you're holding an orange in your hand or a ball. And you're going to allow this energy to come out that right arm into the palm and through the fingertips of your left hand. So that left hand is blocked. So this is the receiving hand, the feminine receiving hand. So this is how you balance your masculine and feminine energies, for one. But more importantly, this is how you receive. So most people blame not being able to receive on other people. It's not about other people. It's about how much you can allow yourself to receive. So let's open this chakra in this left hand, and we're gently going to pull this energy up through the left hand, up through the left wrist and the forearm and the elbow. Just keep breathing and releasing. As that energy gets up to the shoulder, and then it's going to come down through the front and back of the heart. It's going to go back out the right arm again. So it's creating a circle of energy. Out the right, in the left, out the right, in the left, passing through the front and back of the heart. Then it's going to simultaneously also pass through the front and back of the throat. So you can ask for what you need. And then you can allow yourself to receive what you ask for. Sometimes people ask for things and then it lands on their doorstep and then they can't receive it. So let's allow that to clear. Very, very good. And then we're going to bring that energy simultaneously through the front and back of that sixth chakra in your forehead. So you can start clearing those limiting and lack mindsets that don't allow you to receive. Like that lie in there that says that you have to work really hard and prove that you earned what you're receiving. Like you can't just receive because you're abundant, like the trees and like nature and like everything else on the planet. So this is a very, very old program, and we're going to start to release it today. For some of you, this just may be the very first time you've ever even discovered that's even a possibility. So we're like computer programs, and we've been programmed with a lot of ideas and concepts and beliefs that are not true. And it's part of this old system and this old structures and this old beliefs that's crumbling, and it's just not working. It's built on greed and power and egos. So all that is going by the wayside. There we go. So we're just bringing this energy out the right arm, in the left, to the front and back of that sixth chakra. And we're going to bring it through the crown, to the front. There's no front and back, so just through the crown. Excellent. And then it's going to go through all of your creative rings, even if you don't know how many you have, so that you can access all the information from your Akashic records, even if you don't know what those are. And then out the right, in the left, allowing yourself to receive. I'm going to go back to the heart. Not the heart. I said heart, so we probably need to go there too, but we have just a few minutes left. So we're going to go to the throat. This is a place where it's the most common place where someone can be killed. And we've all been killed many, many times. And this is a place that holds a lot of old residual energies of being killed for speaking up about what we knew to be true. And so we're just going to start releasing these energies at the throat. Take a deep breath. We're just going to send this down the grounding. You may be releasing past lives of like 10 different past lives where you were killed. There's so many ways you can be killed at the throat. You can get hung, and your neck could be broken, and the guillotine, and choked, and etc., etc. We're just releasing some of that residual energy. If you are someone who has thyroid problems, this is a very big reason and contributing factor to that issue. Okay, great. Send all that down the grounding. Excellent. And so since I said heart, let's go to the heart. Let's see what else is there. There must be something else there. Yes, something all the way out in the 25th layer. It's a fear entity. So we're going to pull this fear entity, the one that makes you afraid to step into the power of your heart, your infinite intelligence, your ability to know what's really true. And we're going to pull all of this energy into the core of your heart so that you can start generating more self-love. Because this is where we find everything, this is where it all starts, is in the heart. When we desire to have more love and more answers and more anything, support, money, it all starts inward, because everything on the outside is merely a reflection of what's going on inwardly. And often we hold far too many judgments against ourselves in this heart. So this fear entity keeps us from accessing our heart. This is the most dreaded, it's like kryptonite for the 1%. And so if we can access more of our heart's energy and generate more self-love, then this is how we can do our part to change the planet, not by fighting any of the dark forces. We conquer the dark forces by generating more self-love. And the more of us that do this, the more of us that can be in the brightness and our most brilliant selves, bringing our gifts to the planet. There's people waiting for gifts that you have if you're not already bringing them forward. Excellent. So as we bring this fear entity up into the throat, let's go out to the 25th layer. We're going to pull that all the way into the core of the throat so you can speak your truth from the heart. You can start telling yourself nice things instead of beating yourself up. And as we pull this up into the 6th chakra now, go all the way out to that 25th layer, both front and back, pulling in all of these fearful beliefs that keep us afraid of stepping into the power of our heart, believing all these lies. And focusing on the things that we keep seeing that are fearful. So maybe it's time to take a little detox from the news and give your mind a break. Pull this up into the crown. It goes all the way out to the 25th layer. So this is a huge fear entity that's been in all of your spaces. This is a matched energy, so they call a match. And this wants to own your crown. It wants to own your personal power by keeping you afraid. Excellent. And we're just going to pull that all the way into the core of your crown so that you can start owning your personal sovereignty, your personal power. As we lift the sphere entity up through the central core, all the way up and off planet to the center of the galaxy. So I want you to tap into how you're feeling now compared to when you started. Do you feel calmer? And know, most importantly, that now you're feeling more like yourself. So this is a meditation that you may want to come back to over and over to listen to again when you really need to have another good clearing, thorough clearing. And just feel into that calmness of spirit that you're starting to feel. So this is how you can start to feel more like yourself every single day. And the one thing that I was going to share with you is that for those of you who are interested in more, like maybe you really love this and it feels really good and you want to know how to do more of this and create greater outcomes and successes for yourself in your life, that I'm going to offer, I wanted to offer for those of you who have heard about my personal vibrational temperature report. It's now called the Vibrational Altitude Report. So this is something, one of the things I've been doing, little tidbits of it online. But the full report that I offer for clients is 17 pages, and it's going to measure over 40 calibrations of your energy field. And it'll tell you how many outgrown guides you have, fear entities, how many people are corded to you, how high is your money vibration, how big is the container that holds it, tons of things. And in order for you to get to where you really desire to be, you need to know where you are on the vibrational scale to know how far you are from your goals. So I also tell you all the places where things are congested and stuck. So if you're a healer, potentially you can use that information and heal yourself. But at the very least, for those of you who are interested in taking it a step further and want to actually work with me, this is the place where everyone starts. Everyone has to start here. So whether you're just interested in this for yourself as a curiosity, or as maybe you want to try and do some more work on your own, you can order that on my website. It's available on my website. It's available on Instagram in a link in my bio. It's available on my Facebook channel, also in the link on the bio there. My website, KimberlySherry.com. And the way to get a discount, which is what I'm only offering here, you will not see this anywhere else. And the word that you need to get this access the discount is more love, MORELOVE. But this will allow you to get 30% off on your temperature report. And I sincerely appreciate that so many of you are interested in leading others in this spiritual battle that we have, this spiritual warfare we have going on, because we certainly need more people stepping into their leadership and into their power so that we can really fortify ourselves. It is possible. I know I have been through this cycle. This is a 5,000-year cycle, and it takes a while to round that turn. So I know that I've been at this apex many times in the past and didn't make it. And so now I've been given that opportunity and honor to be able to lead people with these gifts that I've been given so that we can do this together and I can help teach you and lead you into more things as well. So stay tuned on my email list for the upcoming book and when that will be coming out. And again, thank you for joining me today. And you can sit in this energy for as long as you like and just enjoy it so that it can settle even deeper. Drink lots of water. And until we meet again, sending much love and namaste.